as long as it's off the beaten path, you know, I get recognized.
I know a quiet place.
Okay, that was episode 8 of season 1 of Made for Love.
Let's meet. What we are assuming is the finale.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because I thought there were 10 too, and then it all of a sudden there's 8, and this
Yeah.
feels very like an end. So an end of a season. I really hope there's more.
I can't imagine it's an expensive show. However, it's not a cheap show. There's a lot of CG work. There's a lot of questions up in the air. We still don't know what the deal is with Lyle and Fiffany. The only real plot to catch up with is she met with him and they were going to get divorced. And then he dropped that her dad has cancer, and the plot
Which
goes
I
on.
was wrong. It was true.
Mhm.
He was sincere.
But this was largely character work, which, you know, is good because that's been the main draw for this show.
It was really good character work too, with the two of them especially, and most especially Byron. I think that was the most interesting to me.
It's just funny to me because the whole time I was like, man, I really did gloss over a lot of the violations.
Well, so we even found stuff out in this episode that we didn't know, which is that he was censoring movies, he was censoring books, he never ever had sex with her, not even once. But because
he couldn't lose his focus.
Creativity.
Well, I was wondering what it was, why he needed her, and he thinks she's his muse, so he thinks that. Well, I mean that's a thing.
Yeah,
but he thinks he needs her, and also he quite literally gets off on trying to figure her out.
Yeah.
Are you turned on right now? Did you? Was that?
So, what'd I miss?
I have a theory, but I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We got to witness it. It was a sight to behold. There were tears.
In the middle of the restaurant.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that he cries.
Yeah.
Rex cries after he ejaculates.
And then it's not that I think it was too far, but she literally was like, would you rate that 5 stars? And I was like,
Yes. Well, it was the kind of thing where she would immediately went in on humiliating him, and I was like, you're gonna make it
worse.
But he's gonna like that or something. Yeah. I was like But and his name is Greg Benson. It's not even Byron Goggle. I've been saying Goggle the whole time. It was just good character work all around. Judith and Herb I'm surprised at how endeared I am to Herb. I never was like, oh, I bet you Ray Romano's gonna be the linchpin in this. But
he is, though.
It's so funny because I think it was this. I made a Beauty and the Beast. It was this. I was like, it's like Beauty and the Beast. And then come the ending, I'm like, oh, it's literally Beauty and the Beast. Like
her father and everything.
Yeah, she she's made this deal with the Beast to help her sick father.
Yeah.
And I did not know what was happening. So much so that you guys ruined it for me.
Oh.
If I were watching it by myself.
Sorry.
Yeah, it would have been the cloud that got me, but then I would have been so confused as to when what changed.
So for me, it was, I think they hadn't even started eating breakfast yet, but there was a shot of the outside of the house, and it pulled back just enough that I was like, I was like, no. I was like, she's back in. That was the moment where I was like, something's wrong.
I was just watching the show.
Yeah.
I was completely
I didn't try to. It just pinged me. I was like, there's no way.
Well, I was like, this is a really weird ending. She's not even going to tell him that she knows, or I mean, it was odd, and especially which I mean, I'm glad they went back and showed us everything. But basically Byron said that he could cure her dad if she came back.
Yeah.
And he claims that he'll be different. You know, I believe he'll be different.
Yeah. almost exactly what I was going to say. I mean, he, you know, a lot of the stuff he was saying to her when they were at the diner was like very surface stuff where he was like, well, I drank a beer and like I went outside, and it was like, okay. But I do think that that's like a good first step. And I sort of feel like she's not going to let him get away with the same amount of crap anymore. Mm-hmm. And she very seriously was like, I can wear whatever I want.
She does have power.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine season 2 is going to be quite the game of chicken.
Yeah.
Because do we, and I'm genuinely asking because I'm this stupid, do we have any reason to believe he's evil?
Well, he does have animals chasing around 2 of his employees in a cube, so I don't know. Evil's a relative term. Is he going to let them out?
But I mean, at a certain point, that comes with the terror. Are you telling me Jeff Bezos doesn't have animals in a cube chasing employees?
Jeff Bezos plays the most dangerous game.
He's also evil.
He's evil. Jeff Bezos hunts people. I believe it.
I very much enjoyed it. I kind of wish that I could have just sort of watched it in one sitting.
Same, a little, yeah. I mean, it only did take us like 3 weeks, but still.
Yeah, well, and also anytime that we cover something, it sort of changes how I watch something. I kind of wish I could have just vegged.
Yeah.
I want more, but also I don't know how interested I'm going to be after the inevitable, like, 16 months it'll take to do. Or do you think this is one they can churn out?
I mean, it depends. It's a really small cast.
Yeah.
And based on the timing it came out now, I can't imagine they filmed this pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So
maybe if they turn this out, I might be. It's the kind of thing that's like something like, well, like Glow on Netflix. It had a sprawling quality to it where it was almost epic, where I was
also
willing to wait for it.
Like a main cast of like 15. And this, you know, there's like 5 people.
I'm sort of like, will I even remember this in 12 months?
Oh, I mean...
And that's not a negative thing. I mean, it's just kind of like...
I think I will. I enjoyed it actually quite a lot. And there's lots of... I think it begs a lot of really interesting questions. Like when they were talking about the sex. And he was like, I was always pleasuring you. And a lot of people would call that generous. And she says, it was torture. I was giving you all of my vulnerability and you wouldn't give me any. And I was like, I need a minute. That's such an intense thing to say. And it's such an intense thing to know has happened. Like, I can't even comprehend.
It's also such a male-female dichotomy where it's like he thinks that as long as she's having orgasms, she's happy.
Yeah.
And it's like...
But he's never losing himself in her the way he's forcing her to lose herself in him.
Like, men are quantity and women are quality, where it's like, it's not that she wants the orgasms, it's that she wants you to want her to, you know, like, do you know what I mean? It's just the gesture,
she
not
also
the,
wants him to be an active participant in their sex life, which is, you know, reasonable request. And yeah, I don't know. There's a lot.
Poor Zelda was right there in the pool too at the end. I mean, like I said, I got the most out of it. Character study. This is the kind of thing that I don't think a lot of just like, I don't feel like, you know, people who watch TV are going to stumble upon this. I feel like this is very...
Sure. This is a TV show person.
A TV show, yeah. And like I said, I was the most blown away by the dark comedy, the tonal juggling, and the character work. So
I wish we had gotten one more Bangles.
Yeah.
I missed Bangles in the last handful of episodes.
Well, there was a similar issue with, well, actually a lot of the streaming comedies, but I was going to say, like, for instance, Kimmy Schmidt, you reached a point where there was so many brilliant secondary and tertiary characters that it's like, it's hard to believe that we really only got Anna Camp in like 2 episodes of Kimmy Schmidt. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, but no, I mean, I definitely, I recommend it. I don't regret watching it at all. And like I said, I'm just curious what the future would look like of this, or what that would be like.
Yeah, I mean, I have faith because that's the other thing is it was a really cohesive 8 episodes. It all felt very correct together. Mm-hmm. So I have faith that they could do it again if they had ideas. But that being said, it did end in a satisfying way where you can just like let your imagination go wild with.
So he doesn't know. Like, you don't even think he suspects,
Ray Romano?
Yeah.
No.
You think, well, because he was content to never leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because when Byron tried to convince her, she was like, I'd rather if he died than come live with you in the hub. And then I think because she didn't know they were like listening or whatever. And I did like that Herb was like, no, she's being level-headed. This is
Well, I was wondering if he was offended by that or proud. I mean, that's the kind of thing that he could be like, good for you.
I think
like,
both.
I would rather die too than have you go.
I think it was probably a bit of both, if we're being honest. I think he probably was like, I am proud of her that she's sticking to her guns, but like, boy, would I like to live also.
Well, but that is my question. Does he? I mean, does he have a stake in, I guess it imagines, or it depends on what happens with Judith. And
yeah.
I felt bad for Judith.
Yeah.
She was really great.
She didn't realize till it was too late. Yeah. I don't know. I really liked it. Yeah. I actually think I am going to remember this show for a long time.
Oh, I probably will. I said, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I will. I don't know how that'll be, but
it made me think a lot. And also, I mean, we said it so much at the beginning, but like Billy Magnuson did some work in this episode and he just needs to like explode. Something needs to differently than he exploded in this episode, but something's got to give with his filmography because he needs more stuff for sure.
Yeah, but now I don't want a bunch of like basic bitches laying claim when I put in the hard work.
I've liked Billy Magnuson ever since he got his big Marvel break, and it's like, bitch, we were here and Into the Woods.
2014.
Yeah. Stay tuned on the YouTube for other potentially recurring episodic coverage over the summer. We're not sure what's coming out when, but we will likely put something else out there for you guys. And then, yeah, this is not a real episode, so